Hey everybody, Chris Iopoulos here. So I'm going to be drawing Walt Disney from the book I Am Walt Disney. Um, this is slightly sped up, but I figured save you time, I would just speed it up a little bit. I'm drawing on a Cintiq, which is a sort of monitor that you can draw on. I use Clip Studio Paint. I've made up my own pencils and brushes for the program, and it's pretty much working like I would normally work on a piece of paper. I grew up loving Walt Disney, the man and the company, I guess. My first movie that I ever went to in the movie theater was Pinocchio. Every year my father worked for an airline. We would go out to Disneyland. So we'd fly from New Jersey to California every year and visit Disneyland. I am so old that I remember the times when we used the tickets instead of buying a pass or something like that. So I remember e-tickets. So when we went to decide the look of Walt Disney as a child with his little mustache, I tried to get the most iconic version of him, which is sort of the Uncle Walt that we remember from the TV show. Just not too old, not too young. And then I always made sure that he had this one eyebrow. Legend says that when he was unhappy with something, his eyebrow would raise in a way that you knew that something was wrong. But so I always had him slightly having that eyebrow raised. But I work on a Cintiq now. I work digitally because basically I'm going blind. I'm getting old, and it actually helps me see a little bit better than on a piece of paper. And it helps with speed because I can delete something quickly, or I can move something around or resize it. So I tend to enjoy working on the Cintiq. When I'm doing these things, I tend to block everything out as you saw, and then run in afterward and tighten it up a little bit. I do leave a little bit to the inking. I don't make it so perfect. There are some people who need to have every line perfect in pencil before they lay down, ink, even if it's digital ink. I tend to just give myself a little bit of creativity in the inking stage. Sometimes happy accidents, as Bob Ross likes to say, happen, and then I just go with the flow. So in all of this, it takes me probably about 2 to 3 months to do a full book. I start, obviously, laying it out based on the script, and then I'll go in and refine it, and then I send it off to my editors and Brad, and we all go over it and decide what works, what doesn't work. And then I go into the inking stage, and the same thing again. I ink up all the pages, and then I send it back into editorial, and everybody takes a look at it and decides what works, what doesn't, maybe what needs further fixing. That's what's great also about working digitally, is I can more easily fix things when there's a problem than if I were to do it on a board somewhere and I'd have to redraw the whole thing. So now we can just move things around or resize things, and it makes it so much easier and so much quicker, which affords me the ability to do more than one book a year. We're doing about 3 books a year, and so right now we are working on September. We have 2 books coming out. It is I Am Ben Franklin and I Am Anne Frank, and then following that we have I Am Frida Kahlo, and then we're going to be doing more. So a lot of my day is filled either with drawing the books, my books as well, or working on the TV show Xavier Riddle and the Secret Museum. But as you can see, I've developed a pretty quick style. It's funny, like I see so many people who tried such detailed work in comic books, and I now just do things so quickly that I can get more work done. I have this feeling like I need to get everything I need to do done, and I always feel like I'm running out of time. So any way that I can do it faster is so much better for me. The ink that you're seeing right now, so the the brush that I created has a bit of a fine grain to it, and a little bit you're going to be able to see. I'm going to go up close and you can take a look. I have a little grain to it because I still want it to look like it was done on a piece of paper, even though I'm doing it digitally. So it's got this little bit of tooth to it. I think I don't like it when it's too, slick and looks too professional. I like the mistakes a lot. I like the non-perfection. I think that adds, I guess the running story is your style is just your mistakes collected, and I like the fact that it's not always perfect. That it's not, this, when I grew up reading like Richie Rich and Casper the Ghost, they all looked very slick and professional. It looked like a video come to life, a cartoon come to life, and I prefer like the wonky, clunky. You knew somebody was working on something. That's why I even letter by hand on these projects. I don't even go digitally. I mean, I do it digitally, but I don't use a font. But I like the fact that it looks a little wonky and there's mistakes. And, if I were to look at my work with a critical eye, which I do a lot, but I would notice so many mistakes. And I see them all. I see them even now as I'm looking at, me drawing this. I can see all the things I should have fixed or the problems I, didn't correct. But that's the fun of it, and I like the idea that I can put something out, and it is what it is. Like it's not. I don't need to keep refining, perfecting. I don't need to be a George Lucas and constantly changing it. It is what it is. When I was in college, I had a professor, and he basically said, "Do the best you can in the time you're given, and let it go." I think I improved so much when I just kept going. I would finish a drawing and find the mistakes and not perfect that drawing, but learn those lessons and move it on to the next drawing. So it was one of the best lessons I ever learned, and I take it to heart these days. I constantly try to do better on the next one, but in this case, I can see some of the problems that I've made, and I'll go back on the next time and remember the next time I draw Walt to fix the certain little problems that are there. But all in all, hopefully, I think what I lack in, being tight and professional is there's a quality, that endears people to the drawing. I try to pass along a feeling, an expression that makes people know how the character is feeling, which maybe supersedes perfection. I like that you can look at my characters and know what they're feeling versus just sort of a very generic look. So, but now, so if you look up real close, you can see the tooth to the lines that are there that I really love. It's really makes me feel like I'm drawing on a piece of paper as opposed to on a glass computer. So, but that's about all the fun that I've got going on. So this is I Am Walt Disney, and I'm going to be doing some more of these. So feel free to send me a tweet at Chris Eliopoulos, and maybe we'll draw the next character that you like. Thanks for watching.